Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals. I've got 3 new journals to share with you guys. We have a Gumnut baby journal, a vintage botanical journal, and a vintage and children's illustrated journal. This is a bit of a mixture that I love. They're all quite different, but different themes, but made in the same way using this beautiful pocket-sized journal. It's a small envelope, and let's get into a flip through of each of these. This one is probably my favorite, so I'll start with this. I just love this vintage cover. I would be happy if I had this as a personal journal. I'd probably use it as an art journal for collage and things like that. But it features vintage book pages and lace down the spine. I did a bit of a collage patchwork on the covers here, inside covers. And then we've got some coffee dye paper. I love this. When I choose my music paper, I try to look for the words to pair it with the journal theme. So spring and garden and flowers and all that kind of thing. Lovely coffee dyed colouring in page, vintage ledger, note paper. This says in the garden, so as well when I choose my book pages, I'm trying to get them to match up with the theme. And beautiful coffee dye paper, vintage piano paper. We've got an envelope pocket page, vellum, lovely textures throughout. This is sort of a, encyclopedia or dictionary illustrated page here, which I love. We have got this really cool sort of vellum printed music paper on vellum, really cool. And a pocket page using a paper bag. The forest pathways. Again, I'm looking for the writing, looking for words to tie in with the theme. This is a top-loading pocket page here, and smaller pages, lots of variety, and a beautiful coffee dye doily and another coffee dye colouring in page. And this beautiful quote, every individual has a place to fill in the world. And that's like the flowers that grow, and what you write in this journal, that's your world. This is your world to put whatever you want in it, to fill it up, and it's just yours and yours alone. And yeah, there's just something magical about a journal. And I mean, I could even go into like the depths of the idea of how we can bloom in our journals and grow in our journals, and this is a whole world for us to express ourselves and be ourselves on the pages, and it's this wonderful world. So just quickly show you the other side, and a place to put your voice. I love that, love that. So these are all in my Etsy, by the way, a bit of an Etsy restock. This one here is so sweet. I've made quite a few Gumnut baby journals over the years, and it's an Aussie classic. May Gibbs, author and illustrator, Snugglepot and Cuddlepie. This includes pages from the Complete Adventures of Snugglepot and Cuddlepie, which is very close to my heart because it was one of my favourite books growing up. And I have very fond memories reading this book as a child and falling asleep with it in bed at night. And there were 3 chapters, and one was Little Ragged Blossom and one is Little Lobelia, and I put pages representing all 3 of the stories in this book. So I love this gorgeous illustrations. We've got a gold envelope, green and gold pages to go with the Aussie theme, all about nature, looking after nature and the animals and the plants, and sewn pockets throughout as well. And this is an interactive pocket page too. And the illustrations are just wonderful. They're so sweet, so charming. Look at that. Love it, love it, love it. So just a classic, and one of those books that I love to use in journals, along with Alice in Wonderland, The Secret Garden, Winnie the Pooh. These books, these stories that I grew up with in my childhood. Love this gold foil bag as well. The middle page here, so adorable, so adorable. And just give you a quick look at the other side. Lots of wonderful images. Just such a sweet journal. And I put the end at the back here. Love that. Oh. And then this one is so sweet as well. I love them all in their own ways. I really had fun with this one because I paired vintage with children's coloured illustrations. So I love this more colourful vintage style. We've got the beautiful coloured book illustrations, and I think this is Eloise Wilkin, a little golden book. I've used little golden book pages throughout for the colour pages, and I just think they are adorable little scenes of children and family and friends and houses, and just such a homey journal, like a journal of comfort. Makes me think of a journal to write your stories of home and family and growing up in childhood, and a space to hold that, and gorgeous little ducklings. And yeah, there's a lovely variety of pages in here, but a journal of comfort, a journal of love, a journal of belonging. And I love this envelope too, and lullaby. That has sentimental significance in my life, so that's why I put it in here. And just, yeah, all these pages can spark memories. A little boy here, little bunny. I used to have bunnies when I was a kid. Love those rabbits, and a bird singing, and just a really sweet, charming journal. And even here, this quote, like, the beginning is the most important part of any work, and the idea that you can start a journal and put whatever you want in it, and it can become whatever you want, a place of belonging, a place of home, a place of comfort. That's what you can have in your journal. I love this. Kind of reminds me of Tinkerbell and my, again, childhood stories of wanting to be a fairy and dress up as a fairy and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I love it. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. That again ties in with like growing up and growing into who you are, and letting who you are be expressed on these pages. So I don't know, I just love how journals, when I make them, how they speak to me, and it's just a gorgeous image. And how for me, when I make them, I'm envisioning, you know, how they can be used. And you definitely don't have to use them that way, of course, but I imagine these journals as being little treasure chests that can hold who you are and document your life. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through of these 3 very different journals. Feel free to check out my Etsy. The link will be below to Willowbound Journals in the description box, and hope you can pick up a treasure if you see one. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. Special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in January. If you would like to become a patron in February, and the link is down below, and that is where you get access to extra videos, all my printables, all my digital kits in my Etsy. There are post tiers, mail tiers, and journal tiers as well. There is a Marco Polo tier and just lots of fun stuff over there. There is also a link to all of my available courses down below in the description box. You can join those anytime for all of my Patreon and courses. They're monthly subscriptions that work just like Netflix or Spotify, and you're charged on the date that you sign up, and you can cancel anytime.